Live watch along. My name is Analyst Sim, bringing you another commentary here. We're about to see some more Jazz basketball. That's right. And you know why? Because I'm a Utah Jazz fan. So we got to talk about the Jazz here today. But we're up against the Brooklyn Nets. It's the first time that we've seen the Brooklyn Nets versus the Jazz. I saw a bit of them in preseason, and I watched one of their games earlier on in the season. And I have to say, boy, were they bad earlier on in the season. And they're still going to be bad right now. So there are a couple of things that we got to talk about throughout the watch along, throughout the watch party. Part of that is, so the Jazz's backup center, we know, is Yusuf Nurkic. He's out. And the third choice center, as I like to call him, Kevin Love, is also out. What are we going to do? How are we going to play? These are things that we're going to find out here today. Also, Ace Bailey is our star, but there are talks about Giannis potentially wanting to be traded. And I've seen some things, people start indicating about the Jazz. Would anybody trade Ace Bailey in some type of package for Giannis? We're going to talk about that at some point during the stream. Who's going to win between the Jazz and the Nets? Right now, they're coming out with the starting five. Now, I mean, you know, they got a lot of good guys, but they also got a lot of young guys as well. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. They got Terrence Mann is there. He's playing tonight, along with I think it's Nick Claxton as well. Third year, sorry, Noah Clowney, third year player. No, yeah, Noah Clowney, third year player. What are they gonna do? And then how was just the general development for the Nets going? You know, they got young stars in like Diego Demon, who just got drafted. They got Ben Seraph as well. Yeah, Ben Seraph as well. Hold on, let me load up my Power BI dashboard because I really got to take a look at this draft list. And then we could really see. Yeah, so they drafted Ben Seraph, Danny Wolf, Drake Powell from this draft, plus Diego Demon. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting whether we see all of them. I doubt it. And they got a starting lineup right now. They got Diego Demon at the one, Tyrese Martin at the two. Like he's okay as a player. Terrence Mann is a pretty decent. Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton. I actually like both of them. Noah Clowney, I know, could also play at the five as well. Just like two pretty good players. I believe they came out of the same draft as well, Noah Clowney and then Nick Claxton. But I'll have to look into that. As a matter of fact, I could look into that right now. Let's see. Nick Claxton. I should probably share my screen. Yeah, let me share my screen and then we can kind of take it from there. All right, let's see. Nick. Let's clear this. Okay. Let me get the scores ready. All right, game looks like it's getting ready to start. We are gonna see how this Nets team goes about and play. They all starting with Diego Demon, though, which makes sense. He's a 6'7" point guard, and he shoots a three, misses. But I'm not gonna lie, I do expect the Jazz to win this game. And I will say this for sure. Like part of the one of the things that I said that I'd speak to in this live stream was what are the Jazz going to do at center? Yusuf Nurkic is out. Kevin Love is out. Both of them have really been playing the five throughout most of the time. What is it that we're going to do? And it looks like we've got an answer to that. And that's Kyle Filipowski is playing at the five right now. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of who's going to come up off the bench. I need to take a look at that, but I don't know what is going on. Like my all right, there we go. I got everything going on right there. So it looks like my my scoring is a bit down right now. Nets are up, courtesy of a Noah Clowney 3. But in terms of what the Jazz got on the bench, like what are they going to do? Oscar Shibwe. We got Taylor Hendricks. He's probably going to play Taylor Hendricks at the 5. Yeah, that actually might not be a bad idea. Ace Bailey will probably go up and act as an additional rim protector. He just scored a bucket there, a sec. And worst comes to worst, we might just have to play Lowry at the 5. Like I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm really trying to see whether Filipowski can he provide the same impact like Yusuf Nurkic? I think so far he's because he's not used to it, he's really just trying to almost try to find his swimming legs. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of Kyle Filipowski setting a lot of screens. So him being asked to do a job here today will be interesting. They clearly have Oscar Shibwe for rebounding, which is, makes sense. And he gets an opportunity legit. Like this is probably one of the best games for him to get an opportunity to be really honest. You change the layout there. And Keontae shoots for his first free throw, which is nice. Good pass in there by Kyle Filipowski. Oh, Philip Flip gets fouled. That is nuts. That's crazy. That is wild. All right, there's a miss there by the Jazz. It's a 3 by Clowney. It's another miss. This is not gonna be a very productive game in terms of from the Nets. I just like the Jazz just to kind of blow them out. Svi Mykhailiuk there gets a layup. Shout out to Svi. It's a 3 by the Nets. And I mean, I don't even know what to say about that shot. Like that was awful. Lowry with a 3 now. Lowry misses. So far so good in terms of the Jazz fixing their temporarily center problems. Kyle Filipowski, I think, is doing a pretty decent job. But what it looks like it's happening now is that Nick Claxton and Noah Clowney are doing kind of a decent job crashing the boards. And because the Jazz have no rim protection there, they're a little bit screwed right now. Something's now going wrong with my internet, which is strange because everything was fine before. I gotta restart this. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta restart this. And you're trying to do a stream and you just have all these little internet issues. So frustrating. Oh, come on. What is going on? So I have to start this all from the beginning, but I'm going to jump straight to live. Oh, okay. All right, at least I'm caught up now. Jazz 10, Brooklyn 11. Like, the Jazz have to win this. Well, I need to make this completely clear. Like, we have to play some good defense and be really clinical when it comes to getting buckets and scoring. What the hell is Yusuf Nurkic wearing? He looks like Two-Face from Batman with the half-colored suit. It's great. Hold on. I'm sure somebody's gonna find this. Hold on. What is going on? Someone's in the chat. Oh, it's Wandering Wizard. How's it going, Wandering Wizard? How are you doing, sir? Really appreciate it for joining the stream. Game is on a break right now, but yeah, I have to admit I was a bit nervous about how this game got started. Like, you probably know now that Yusuf Nurkic was out, and then Kevin Love was also out as well. And I start to think, what are we gonna do? We are playing Kyle Filipowski at the 5. It looks like they brought back Taylor Hendricks, so he's going to play some 4, along with Oscar Shibwe, who's also going to play some 5 as well. Would be my guess. And you know what? Maybe the combination of that might work, but this is going to be a pretty scrappy game in terms of, can the Jazz get a result? That's what I think. I think that right now we are very weak at protecting the rim, and that is a problem because now every single team is just going to drive, and see what they get. I'm fine, mate. Honestly, it's been a long day at work, and I'm just looking forward to tomorrow, man. I am looking forward to end of the day tomorrow, where it's going to be the weekend. It's another Jazz game, which is great, and we're up against the Knicks, and I actually haven't seen any Knicks so far this season, so that one would actually be pretty good. So at least I get to watch some really great basketball tomorrow, and then just go about and try to enjoy the weekend. So that's what I'm thinking. Taylor did have an injury, but then he also got some time in the D League with Cody as well. But it looks like now they've like fully brought him back our ways on the bench. But I thought he would have been in the G League for a little while. But I think this injury to Nurkic, and then the fact that Kevin Love needs rest, I think that's all kind of adding up. And it's one of them whereby, you know, I'm really happy that at least, we got Taylor Hendricks that can play like a small ball 5. Filipowski obviously can, but we got to watch him as well. Like, sometimes he has a spotty injury record, and I always see him with the he wears this like back brace. Now you could tell like he's probably somebody that's gonna have back issues, and I know he had his hip replaced when he was in college, or he had some type of surgery on his hip. So he's someone to really watch out for. Yep, Nurkic is out. Nurkic is completely out, and yeah, that's going to be a problem. And I could see somewhat that I've seen so far here is that how it's affected the Jazz is that we have just been trying to defend against the rim, but Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton, they're going, they're trying to drive, and I think if the Nets were a better team, like, we would be in trouble. Even if they had Michael Porter Jr., like, who's also out as well on the net side, like, he would have been a problem because he would have tried to drive at some point. So it might be a little bit easier for the Jazz, but like I really don't know. I mean, got Tyrese Martin there. Like, I'm not that familiar with his game. Only just some stuff that I've seen, but yeah, I've so far I think the Jazz have been playing pretty well. I'm not sure what the strategy is. I can see them driving right now. Filipowski doing a pretty decent job there to protect the rim, but they get another opportunity, and it's a three by the Nets, and they miss. Filipowski doing a pretty decent job right there on that play, but exactly what I mean in that. Yeah, the Jazz are going to kind of struggle protecting to the rim. Taylor Hendricks is in the game as well, someone who I just talked about as well, and that kind of makes sense because Filipowski is going to need some help. Um, so it looks like instead of playing either or Filipowski or Taylor Hendricks, they are playing both of them together, which is great because you're going to need that Lowry's length as well, and hopefully that should be enough to combat the Yusuf Nurkic injury. I could find out, all I know is that he had a back injury. Let me go on. Like it was on Twitter that I saw it, and I actually replied to one of the journalists, like the Jazz's beat writer. So Andy Lawson, let me share this tab instead. So Andy Lawson, he goes up and to say, this was yesterday. So he said Yusuf Nurkic is questionable, right rib contusion. Um, I don't know what that means, but my guess is that he's got some type of soreness or bruising in his right rib. Would be my guess. But hopefully, like maybe he'll be back tomorrow. I mean, he's on not on the bench, but like he's near the guys. He's sitting there with actually a pretty nice suit ensemble going on right now. He's got his Two-Face Batman suit look. Hold on, I gotta find it somewhere. I'll find it and then I'll share it. But yeah, give me 1 sec. Because I'm sure somebody online has probably found that. No one's posted anything. No one's posted anything about Yusuf Nurkic suit. But yeah, if after the game, like definitely go check it out. It's like a half gray, half red suit. It's crazy. If I didn't know that it was December 4th, I would have thought that was his Halloween costume. Oh, that's a nice layup there by Keontae George. Jazz are down by 2 right now. That was not something that I thought I would say. Oh, Nets actually circling the ball. That was a close steal there by Taylor Hendricks. Diego Demon with a 3. But Taylor Hendricks gets the rebound and passes it to Isaiah Collier. Um, Speaking of Collier, like I hope with that game last game with Walter Clayton Jr. I hope Isaiah Collier gets an opportunity to go up out and show what he can do. Like I don't know, I just find that Isaiah Collier, at least recently, and I know he's probably been asked to, is to like not shoot more, but to more so pass a lot more. And sometimes I just want him to just to drive, really, really go about and show the opponent team, yo, I get to the basket anytime I want. Like that's what I want him to show. Jazz playing really sloppy right now. On that play, there's a turnover there. Danny Wolf is in the game. I'm curious. It's another nice dunk there by Noah Clowney. And the Jazz are playing really weird right now. Yep, that's right. It's like half gray, half red. Like it's crazy. He reminds me of like Two-Face from Batman. It's actually not a bad look, but I'm just like, what is that? That's all I keep thinking. It looks like the game is on break right now. But one thing that I do want to talk about, and it's probably going to be like there's some stuff I saw online talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, and people have slowly suggested that maybe the Jazz should get involved in that trade. And immediately I started thinking, who would the Jazz trade? Because, but maybe you trade for Lowry for Giannis and some type of other trade pieces, but does that really make any sense? We're basically just like, we're not, like, even though I think that Giannis is a better player, doesn't make you that much better that you go up and want to trade Lowry, especially when Lowry like actually likes being in Utah, which is really nice to hear, because all I really hear about these small market teams is that players don't want to play for them. So it's really good to see and hear that someone like Larry Markkinen wants to be there. All right. Shout out to the other person there that's in the watching the live stream. Much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. It does help the channel out. I gotta start this again. I don't know what is going on with the stream right now. So game just about to come back on. Diego Demon there, 10 points, 41% from the field, 3.9 rebounds, 5.5 assists. That's actually not bad, Diego Demon. And he's someone that the Jazz are actually looking at drafting. And I actually wouldn't have mind Diego Demon. Big guards, plays the point, probably even play the two as well. He's someone that I felt maybe the Jazz should also consider. This is before Walter Clayton Jr. Let me make this perfectly clear. Now, even though I never thought that Diego would drop that far, like, he would have been somebody I'd wanted the Jazz to pick up. So I'm very curious on how his development is going. Part of the reasons why I started this doing this channel was that I really liked looking at the development of players, seeing the player growth year upon year. That's why someone like Keyonte George, like, really, I really like a lot, because I've seen the progression from when he first started, caught my eye, and now to see where he is right now, it's been really good. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I saw this like last night. This morning, I got the notification, was like, oh, you've had one subscriber and now you're at 99. And I was like, whoa, I'm at 99 subscribers? Like, I'm like, I got one more until I hit 100. And I was contemplating whether I should even say it, because I know somebody out there that just like just wants to annoy me, would just be like, you know what? I'm gonna unsubscribe to drop me to like 98, and then I'm gonna be like, oh. But you know what? Like, even for me, it's more about like getting my streams and videos out there so that the YouTube algorithm could show it to a lot of people. And then, if I could have my little own community, Wondering Wizard, like, you're one of them, you join a lot of my streams, like people just to come in, we talk some basketball, like that's really what it's all about. I talk some stats, get some discussions going. That's really what I want. So, in order to do that, you need to have like a decent number of subscribers. I think like a 1,000 more would kind of does it. Like, doing that would super help. So yeah, that's the kind of plan. But game is going on right now. I think Brooklyn Nets actually playing some pretty decent ball right now. We're getting owned at the basket right now. They're starting to figure it out that if they rebound, the Jazz are going to struggle, and that's kind of what we're doing wrong right now. Right, Isaiah Collier driving. He's finally driving, but he gets blocked at the basket. Nets have got a lot of big guys. There's a lot of length that they have there, and they are causing the Jazz a lot of problems right now. They just showing replays of a Lowry dunk. Like, one thing I say that I haven't kept up with a lot of the details of the game so far, but so far, I'm not liking the way how this first quarter is going. If you look at the previous Jazz games, like how we're performing in the first quarter is that typically we're getting anywhere from like 25 to 30 points in the first quarter. And, the opposing team tends to be in and around there right now. But right now, we're probably on track for maybe about 23, 24 over the next 90 seconds. And Brooklyn might get to 30. So I'm honestly going to say Brooklyn are probably playing the better side right now, but the Jazz need to find a way. All right. We officially got 90 seconds left in this first quarter. I think that's Jalen Wilson there is in the game. And then I could really... Jazz been really sloppy with play. I mean, we're turning the ball over. Like, this is... it's not good. Ben Saraf is in the game. He's another rookie that just got drafted. Israeli international Ben Saraf. I was hoping I would see him at Eurobasket over the summer, but wasn't able to. He chose to stay in Brooklyn to gel with his teammates. And Ben Saraf getting a layup, pass, just not good defending for the Jazz right now. Like, I want to make this clear. He makes a 3-point play, Ben Saraf, and the Jazz are down by 9 against one of the worst teams in the league. Like, all right, it's still early days, so this is not panic time, but I hope I don't have to go there. I really hope I don't have to go there. All right, inbound pass from Isaiah Collier. He passes it to Bryce. Bryce with a 2. No. Nets get the rebound, and I think they're going to call a foul on the Jazz, so Jazz don't get the ball. And I think that is that who is that? Oh, so it is going to be Jazz ball. They don't call a foul. It's going to be great. Jazz are going to keep. So 50 seconds to go. Jazz have an opportunity at least to be through. Oh, no, actually, they don't. Still Brooklyn ball, as I assume. All right, Ben Saraf has the ball now. Isaiah Collier was keeping up with him pretty well. And then we got Drake. Oh, what is going on now? For that last play, it messed up. What can I say? I'm using my Xbox to watch the game on League Pass on the NBA app, and normally it's been brilliant, but with this right now, it has been absolutely terrible for this game. Which is all right. So I just missed the fact that the Jazz scored 2 points, and I think they superimposed on Lowry Marketing there, which means that he must have been the one to get the bucket. And there's 5 seconds to go, and the Jazz are down by 9. Danny Wolf has the ball now. Danny Wolf with a 3. Baby Filipowski, as I call him. And Baby Filipowski misses, and that's the first quarter done. And the Jazz have one of the lowest quarters that I've seen them had in a long time. 20 to 29. Like that's really bad for the Jazz in particular. Like I think this is a great opportunity for the Jazz to go 8 and 13. Let's cause more hurt. Like I hope we are not thinking about the draft pick. Like that is something that personally I don't care about. I do not care about the Jazz draft pick. I'd much rather see us develop and see what we have. That's the main thing for me. But let's look at the culprits in this game. Like, why are we losing right now in the first quarter? Because I'm not gonna lie. Like, one of the reasons, I said the end of the last stream that I expected the Jazz to be way up in this game to win this game quite easily, to be honest. Like I expected this game to be pretty much over by halfway in the fourth quarter, where the Jazz would be up by like 20. So the fact that we're down by 9 is quite surprising. It really is. But let me now take a look to see at what is going on with this game, because I'm sure like the numbers don't lie. Who are the culprits? Lowry's -7. Taylor Hendricks is a -10. And Isaiah Collier is a -10 on the plus minus. Yeah. We've seen the culprits, all right. Taylor Hendricks there. Hold on. I got to take a look at ESPN and see the more details about it, because this can't be the case. It's really can't be the case. Okay, I got to share this tab instead. ESPN is great for like lots of detail. And all right, we got field goal percentages are similar. Where's the box score? Okay, full box scores. If Taylor Hendricks has only taken 3 shots, made one of them, and he's already at a -10, this means that from the defensive side, he must not be doing what he should be doing. And I know the narrative is going to be, hey, you know what? He's just come back from injury, and you gotta be really patient with him. And you know what? That all sounds great, but like, no, Isaiah Collier there, I'm actually quite shocked. And because I haven't been like glued to the TV watching it, like I don't, yeah, I don't see what's going on. Walter, like, yeah, we're probably gonna need Walt. We're probably gonna need Walt, because I gotta see what's going on there. Like that's crazy. Hold on, I gotta turn. I gotta restart the Xbox. All right, who is the other culprit? Kyle Anderson. What is Kyle Anderson doing? Kyle Anderson with there with a -10. Like, he hasn't done anything. Like this tells me that it's more the defensive side. And I completely agree that the Jazz on the defensive side, like we haven't been great, like at all. And I know Yusuf Nurkic kind of helped with that, but still, we should be better. So I got the game back on right now. Also, part of the problem I see here that they're showing on TV is that the Jazz have taken 3 threes and haven't made any of them. Walter Clayton is in the game, and as I just said, we needed Walt, and Walt Clayton got some 2 points. Nets there with a 3, some miss, and Lowry gets the rebound. That's another 3 by Walter Clayton. And you know what that means? I don't think I've given out one all game. Where's my cheering? I got to give out some cheering. Got to send some cheering now. They're playing pretty well. All right. For the purposes of the stream, I do like to share this one. That one there for ESPN, it's just there's too much going on. Like we're getting owned in the post right now. Is that Dayon Sharp right there? Like for the Nets. Oh, it's a slip. It's a slip there by Walter Clayton. It's going to be a jump ball. What, 6'4" going up against 6'7" Jalen Wilson for the Nets? And Jalen Wilson is still capable. I will say that. Yeah, the Jazz are struggling to defend the basket. Nets are basically getting to the basket every single time that they want. Like this is the impact that Yusuf Nurkic has given, and to be honest, Walker Kessler as well, and Kevin Love. Like this is what's needed, and I think the Jazz are doing an okay job at it, but now this is where you need a natural big man, and maybe this guy right here, not you, Cody Williams, Oscar Sheboy might be the one that we might have to bring in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh wow! And then Baby Filipowski, also known as Danny Wolf, just got a 3. We got another comment there. Wondering what it says. Nice start for Walt. Yeah, no, Walter Clayton's doing good, man. Like to be honest, he has a very good chance of being our starting point guard in the future. And that's not replacing Keontae George, because I think that Keontae George is a 2 guard. Kyle Anderson with a turnover. Then that's another reason why he's on a -10 plus minus. Brooklyn Nets call a timeout, which I'm surprised at because they're up by 12 right now. I like the fact that Georges Niang there, just as they went to commercial, Georges Niang was on the side. Like Georges Niang hasn't played a single bit of basketball for the Utah Jazz this season, but he's out there looks like he's giving really good advice to Walter Clayton, which I think is fantastic. And it just shows that like having vets are really needed. But even though we talked about the bad in terms of what's going on with the Jazz, let's talk about some of the good, because clearly it can't be all bad. Like yes, the Jazz are down by 12, but we have 27 points. They have to come from somewhere. There must be guys playing really well. I think the glaring omission is this 1 from 5 from 3. Like this, I really hope that this isn't one of these games where the Jazz are like, let's lose it, because we're trying to tank. Like, I do hope that this isn't one of these games. So yeah, but let's look at the good thing that the Jazz have done. Let me refresh this, because sometimes Google doesn't know how to do things properly. So me looking at this right now, I think the obvious ones, if we ignore that far left side of the screen, the real ones to look at: Lauri Markkanen, 10 points, 3 rebounds in his 15 minutes. Like, that's good. We got Keontae George there, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist in his 9 minutes. Walter Clayton, they're doing pretty good as well. 5 points, 1 rebound in his 5 minutes, which is nice. So I think some good work there from those guys, but clearly there's some defensive mislaps because this is the only reason why you could get minus 10s. Like that's just not good. And then I'm an equal opportunist, so I have to look at the Nets and seeing what the Nets are doing. Danny Wolf there has a plus 10, and Zaire Williams has a plus 10. Both have played 10 minutes. So pretty good start for from them. And I mean, Danny Wolf hit that nice 3 before it went on break. So yeah, no, they're in a great position. They got tons of big guys. So yeah, that's for me. It's for me. And it looks like the game's about to come back on. All right, they got the game superimposed on Kyle Filipowski. I know everybody's going to be looking at Kyle. He's got Claxton right now. He's trying to guard. Good defense there by Kyle. Doesn't manage to do anything with it because it ends up being a 3. Like I said, I do have to provide some equal opportunity. See Mihalik with a 3. He drains one. There we go. All right. Oh, Ben Sarf looks pretty good there for the Nets. But again, like we can't be letting him get to the lane every single time. So maybe my opinion of them is pretty warped now. I probably got to watch a lot more of Ben Sarf. That's something over the Christmas I'll be doing a lot more. I'll be doing tons of streams. Maybe one kind of long stream. If there's any games on Christmas Day, I might do a multi-stream. Filipowski there with some nice post work there. Filipowski doing some good work now on Claxton. Keep him right at the perimeter. Filipowski there. Like screen set. Not good defense there by Bryce. And Bryce fouls him. No, Bryce, what are you doing? He doesn't even make the 3. But he's gonna get 3 shots. That is not good defense there by the guy. Like that's exactly why we're down in this game. All right, Diego Demon's back in the game. He's about to take his third free throw made. Yes, it is. That's just a bad foul by Zaire Williams. That is crazy. Like Zaire Williams. It's a 3 by Bryce. He tries to make up for it, and he does. So at least the Jazz are within 10 right now, but it's another 3 by Zaire Williams. All right. Clayton there with the ball. Passes it to Keontae. Keontae there. He's got Diego that's on him. That's a lot of length for Keontae to get past. He does. Screen. Looks like that was a close ankle breaker there by Keontae. Keontae there with a 3. And he drains it. Jazz are down by 7 right now, but it is Brooklyn ball. What can they do? Because I mean, so far we haven't been that great on defense. Good defense by Clayton there. It's another miss by the Nets. It's a 3 by Keontae. It's a miss. Svi Mykhailiuk gets the rebound, and Filipowski there with a 3. Filipowski hits a 3. It is threes mania now, people. The Jazz are within 4. And a timeout is called, and Kevin Love, Yusuf Nurkic, and Georges Niang come out on the court to say, well done, boys. Well done. You're back in this game, because this is actually the first game in a long time where, like, I could honestly say, like, the vets haven't really been needed. And I mean, like, we can't rely on them. Like, even Lowry's not even on the floor right now. It's just been basically the Filipowski, Bryce, Keontae, and Walter Clayton show, which is great because it really shows the development of the players. It shows that what Will Hardy and his staff are doing is really working, and I love it. Really love it. And we're away, like they're in Brooklyn, so I know it must be tough on them because the Jazz do not do good on the road. That's why even that game tomorrow is going to be a tough one. But I expect that. Like it's the Knicks. We're going up against the Brunson and the Big Bodega Cat. Meow. So we're going up against Cat. Hold on. I wonder if the Big Bodega is going to be playing. Let me see what's going on with Cat. Is he injured or anything like that, or is Cat doing what? Because Cat might get traded. That's also another thing. Like I was gonna talk about the Giannis situation because the Jazz could end up being involved in it. Like the one thing people aren't talking about is the fact that if the Jazz want to move, maybe they might take a risky move and go for a right now player to pair with Lowry to get a Giannis. Would you give up Ace Bailey in a package deal for Giannis? Could be. I wouldn't do it. Let me make this perfectly clear. I wouldn't do it. I know that sounds like ridiculous, but like I think there's something there with Ace Bailey. I think Ace Bailey will be at an all-star level player. I think he's going to be a guy that is going to give you 25 a night. I think he's capable of doing so many different things. And even though I think Giannis is one of the best players in his positions ever, like I just like the Jazz to just ride with what they have, and we just roll with that. But that's my opinion, and I know I've got like a fan mentality right now rather than a business mentality, but yeah, because it probably would be better to go for someone like a Giannis, but I'm riding with Ace Bailey. I'm riding with my Utah Jazz all the way, so it's gonna have to be a happy decline. But what do you guys think? All right, game is back. You got Noah Clowney on the ball now. Clayton playing some pretty good defense there. Nice one there. Noah Clowney doesn't manage to get the rolling. He's going to have to give it up. He passed it to Diego Demon. Oh, Diego Demon hits a 3. Nice 3 by Diego Demon. Jazz are down by 7. Until Walt Clayton got that bucket there. Now the Jazz are down by 5. Jazz on a 16-6 run, which is great. And now it's reset time. Let's shore up the defense. And like we can't be losing to the Nets. And it's a steal by the Jazz. Bryce Sensabaugh. Oh. So Bryce goes up for the layup. He misses, gets it back, goes up again, gets blocked. Filipowski gets it. He tries to shoot. He misses and then gets the rolling again. I like that. Great play by Kyle Filipowski. Oh, it's another steal. Oh, they blew the whistle. It's about to be another steal there by Svi Mykhailiuk. And Svi Mykhailiuk playing really well as well. I think he's been playing some pretty good defense, Svi Mykhailiuk. All right, they blow the whistle, but I'm very curious what happened there on that one. Oh, that should be a foul on Keontae George there. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, there is a comment in the chat. All right, so Wandering Wizard says, let me put this up. I like this team. As soon as everyone is healthy and we figure out all the rookies out, we will be a great team, I think. Yep. And I think that's what this season is about. We got to figure out like what we have, figure out like who are the guys here that could be like, yeah, we see as at the very least are going to be NBA rotation players. And personally, I kind of already figured it out, but I got to let the Jazz do their thing. And then after a few more years, see how they develop. Obviously, there's going to be more drafts where we have a few more draft picks as well. So then we'll start to see who are the guys who are our starters and who are the guys that are our core pieces. We're going to make trades as well, like along the way. And that's something that we haven't really done. We haven't gone and say, hey, we're going to trade for maybe a young guy that's like 22, 23, 24 that maybe hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but is still a good talent. Like, we haven't even talked about that. So I think there's a lot there. You know, I look at someone like he's actually playing for the Nets tonight. Jalen Wilson, like really good player. What Jalen Wilson, I think plays a small forward. Let me, you know what? Before I open my mouth and talk, yeah, plays as a small forward and a power forward, and that's actually one of the positions that I think the Jazz need some kind of help on. And he might be a guy that the Jazz might be like, hey, we wouldn't mind trading for this young player. He doesn't get a lot of opportunities for the Brooklyn Nets. I know he's mainly used as a rotation player, but for the Jazz, you get a lot more. Well, it looks like there's a foul there between Walter Clayton and Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann definitely getting the harder one out of that. He fall really hard. Yeah. Jazz are down by 5, but Terrence Mann probably is going to have to come out at least for about 5 minutes. So we probably shouldn't see him. We got 3 minutes left in the second quarter, but we probably shouldn't see him there. Oh, okay. I see what's happened now. Walter Clayton falls, and as he's falling, like that's just an accident. And Walter Clayton gets hit in the face as well. He gets kneed like right here. Hold on, is that going to be? Are they calling the foul for that? That's crazy, man. I mean, I guess they're gonna call something, but that's like a pure like accident. Yeah, I guess they're gonna call like a like standard foul, like it, and it's a miss by Terrence Mann. Ace Bailey and Larry Marketing coming back into the game though. Good to see Ace. I haven't talked about Ace Bailey in a while in terms of this game. Like, forget the trade stuff that I was talking about, but like in terms of this game, like haven't talked about Ace much. Walter Clayton, they're doing pretty well, but it looks like there's a foul on Walter Clayton now. I hope Tyrese Martin isn't saying like, "Yeah, we're gonna get some revenge on you," because that was all done by accident. Will Hardy there on the sideline giving some pretty good advice there to Walter Clayton. He's gonna be a corner boy now, Walter Clayton. He's in the corner waiting for the three. Ace Bailey, no. Ace Bailey there with a nice layup. Good cut there by Ace Bailey. Good with a nice pass there by Keontae George. It's an attempted three by Nick Claxton on the other side, but he doesn't manage. Sorry, Noah Clowney on the other side, but he doesn't manage to get anything. Now we got Filipowski. Right, they're trying to set up Larry Markkinen, but I think Larry gets pushed in the process of trying to go there. Is he going to go to the line, or are they going to call side out? It's probably going to be side out. So Danny Wolf is coming back into the game, aka Baby Filipowski. Oh, that's a nice cut there by Lowry. And a good vision there by Keontae George to spot Lowry. I really like that play there. The Jazz are officially on a 20-9 run that's been going on for almost 5 minutes right now. Right. Danny Wolf there, passing it to Noah Clowney. Clowney there trying to bully his way to the basket. And he does manage to get something on it that gets tipped in by Claxton. That Claxton Clowney 4 and 5 combo, that's actually a pretty good one there. Ace Bailey with a long two. Misses. Probably not a good shot for Ace Bailey on that one. You know, the mid-range shots are the ones that literally are within 15 feet. Oh, wow. Danny Wolf. Baby Filipowski out here draining threes. Where's my media? What are we doing? Just as I'm trying to set myself up to give some cheering. Well, there you go, Danny Wolf. Trying to send some positive vibes your way. And then I saw was there a message in the chat? Oh, yes, there was. So how do you think starting lineup is looking in a few years with these players? Okay. To be really honest, I think when I'm thinking about this lineup and how the Jazz are going to be, I think for the most part, 10-man rotation. Even though I know like we're playing positionless basketball, I do think 10-man rotation. I'm thinking 2-point guards, 2 shooting guards, 2 small forwards, 2 power forwards, 2 centers. So for me, it's at the 2 guard position until we get somebody that's deemed better. It's Walter Clayton and Isaiah Collier there. At the 2 guard, it's Keontae George. And I got to put Svi Mykhailiuk. As much as I like Bryce, for me, like Svi Mykhailiuk gives you a lot more defense. I think he's a smarter player at playing the ball, just in general basketball player. And not to say that Bryce can't get there for that, but if I'm talking about right now, from what I see, it's Svi Mykhailiuk to be that kind of backup too. For the 3, this is where it gets interesting, right? And this is where the draft and trades are going to come in. Because for me, it's going to be Ace Bailey, but I don't know who else you play. Like we don't have a viable backup behind Ace. This is where either you're gonna bring in a vet that's either better than Ace Bailey, and you're just gonna you just got 2 really good players playing at the 3. So it's either could be Lowry and Ace at the 3, and then both of those just interchange. But my guess is that as time goes on, it's going to be Ace at the 3. I think there's a question mark on who's behind Ace because I don't think that we have that player, which is why for me that's where trades are going to come into play. Free agents are going to come into play, and potential G League players as well. We might just develop a good guy that can be a true backup for Ace Bailey. Then at the 4, it's Lowry and Filipowski. And then at the 5, for me, it's Walker Kessler. And I just think as long as we have, I'd take Yusuf Nurkic as being a backup, but like Nurkic is getting older, and like I don't mind Yusuf Nurkic, but I think that we can get a backup center. Like I don't think that that's a problem to play behind Walker Kessler, preferably somebody athletic, but that's where I see the kind of team and players going forward. Like I do think though that the Jazz, they need an athletic center, whether that being in this year's draft or the one after that. That's definitely needs to be addressed, or they're gonna need somebody that can play the 3 and the 4. That's where our holes are: the 3 and the 4, or the 4 and the 5. I don't believe in Taylor Hendricks and Cody Williams anymore. Like I don't I don't see enough from them compared to the other guys. Like even Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton, who just came, like I see way more from them than I do those two. So for me, they're like they've got a lot more to prove to me. So that's where I am. And it looks like the game is at is now at halftime. The Jazz need to kind of get it in gear. They haven't even scored 50 points. They're at 49 right now. And yeah, this hasn't been a good game. So right now it's 49-58. Jazz are down by 9. But we got plenty of time. That's one thing I will say. We do have plenty of time to kind of make corrections. So with that being said, let's do take a look at ESPN and how things have gone. Because unlike most games, I haven't really taken a look at how things have gone for the most part in terms of how the players have performed. So I think this is the biggest improvement here. Let me move that commercial. This is the biggest improvement here. Like, oh, except for Lowry. Like, we have way more pluses here. Like, what is Lowry doing here that's a plus that's a minus 11? That is very strange. That cannot is that even accurate? Yeah, that's super accurate. So Larry Markin is on a minus 11 plus minus. Only thing I've seen from him is that he's 0 from 3 from 3. But my guess is that he's just really just getting dominated by Noah Clowney. Which I wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't call it like I mean he's been all right. Lowry, it probably hasn't been a Lowry market and dominant level of game, but like I wouldn't have thought it would be minus 11. Filipowski's actually been pretty good. I've liked Filipowski in this game. He's been playing the five pretty well, and I think the thing with the Nets is that if it's just against Clowney and Claxton, it's okay. Once you start bringing Clowney, Claxton, and Danny Wolf playing in the game, that's where we start having problems. Especially Danny Wolf, because Danny Wolf is out here draining threes. I call him Baby Filipowski for a reason. Danny Wolf. So he's actually been pretty good. And I'll get to him in a sec. But so far, so good. +4 from Svi. Svi Mihailuk has been pretty good. I've watched him play. He's had some really good defensive moments. Like has helped to force steals. Just played the game in the right way. Svi Mihailuk. Keontae George there. I think he's been okay, but like 2 points and 13. Sorry, yeah, yeah. I think Keontae's been okay. Like 11 points from Keontae. Like it's okay. The 2 from 8 from the field. Probably not. But he's hit all his free throws, and that's probably one of the reasons why he has scored all these points. Ace Bailey with only 2 points, though. Interesting. Yeah, doesn't feel that way with Ace. Yeah, I definitely think the loss of Nurkic is a problem, especially with Ace, because Ace and Nurkic, like they did things together. A lot more screen setting that Nurkic was doing for Ace. Some really good passing. A lot of the guys would cut for those passes, get some easy layups, some dunks here and there. So that's the impact that we've lost Nurkic, and we don't even have Kevin Love there for. And then on the bench, I can't talk about Taylor Hendricks and Isaiah Collier. My guess is that they probably won't be back much. Again, -10 there for Taylor Hendricks, -10 there for Kyle Anderson, and -10 there for Isaiah Collier. Like, I think that's pretty warranted. Walter Clayton there on a flat 0, but he's got 7 points in his 11 minutes. He's pretty good. And looking at the eye test, I think he's been pretty good, Walter Clayton. Like I like what I see from his game. I do think he should get more minutes. Of course, you want to balance out the play between Zay and Walt, but yeah, we can't forget about Walter Clayton. And then on the Brooklyn Nets side, I really like both Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton what they've done in this game. Noah Clowney playing really well. And both these guys can play the 4 and the 5, which I think is great. Like I wouldn't mind the Jazz having one of them, especially to play behind Kessler. Yeah, that's kind of what the Jazz probably need. And then Terrence Mann started out pretty well. He's on a -4 right now. Tyrese Martin, haven't noticed him that much, but I probably need to watch him a bit more. Diego Demon started out pretty well, but 3 points, meh. That's a bit meh. Jalen Wilson, I was talking about him a little bit as well earlier on, and he's only had 6 minutes, which is quite strange. But I thought he was playing okay. Zaire Williams playing really well. He's been one of their best players, along with Danny Wolf there with a +14. He's probably been the guy. He probably is the one that's really been owning Lowry Markkinen, especially if they're playing Danny Wolf at the 4. Yeah, he's probably been owning Lowry. Danny Wolf there with 2 out of 6 from the field. He's 40% from three, and he's made all his free throws. 6 rebounds and 2 assists. He really is baby Filipowski. I'm gonna make that clear. Yeah, he's baby Filipowski right there, Danny Wolf. Then Dayron Sharp, I saw him for a bit. Ben Sarr started the game pretty nice. But yeah, so still a pretty much a close game. I think definitely the performance in the first quarter, that's the issue right there. Like the Nets and the Jazz, like they equally scored the same amount of points in the second quarter. So it's really just the damage from the first quarter. That's where the Jazz have to play a little bit of catch up for them to get this game right back on their side. Oh, so Wondering Wizard says he's gonna head to sleep. We will win this game. No worries. No worries, man. Enjoy your sleep. Thanks again for joining the stream. Much appreciated. But I'm gonna take a break now. It is halftime. And yeah, like I need to rehydrate and get things going. But I'll be back and then we could talk some more Jazz and talk some more basketball. That is crazy. I had to restart this console all over again. Their signal is not great. Oh, damn. Game has already started. I'm a little bit behind. So the third quarter begins, and it's a three by Diego Dem, and he misses. It's a good attempted three there by Terrence Mann. Ace Bailey gets the block on him, rightfully so. All right. Keontae George has the ball now. He does have Terrence Mann there. He's got to watch out for that backcourt violation. Filipowski right there setting some nice screens there. And then we got, is that Dayron Sharp? No, it isn't. It's a three by Ace. Oh, Ace Bailey with a three. That is nice. Sweet and saucy. Get some cheering for that one. Puts the Jazz within 8. Nets right there beginning. All right, Diego Demon there pulling the strings. It's a long three by the Nets. Oh, it's a turnover. All right, great setup there. Lowry gets fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot one. And he should put the Jazz within 5. Jazz have to get seriously. I will say this, man. I this was a game I expected the Brooklyn Nets to lose. You know, they don't have MPJ. They don't have Cam Thomas. We got Lowry, and yeah, Walker Kessler is in there. Yeah, Yusuf Nurkic is in there, and Kevin Love is in there. But like, we could still do bits. That's the most important thing. Oh, and Lowry misses the first one, but then again, he has to take the free throw again. This is great. There's a super fan there, and he's like 120 years old. Like, come on, Lowry, you can do it. Get it in for us. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, Brooklyn lose the ball, but they get it back. And then we got Claxton there. He's got Svi Mihailuk that's on him. Pretty, great defense there by Svi Mihailuk. I was talking about him in terms of being part of the Jazz's future team as a backup two guard. He can also play the three. He understands the game, and he plays defense. Gotta love Svi. I can't believe I'm giving Svi Mihailuk all this praise, but it is rightfully so. Like, he's been very good this season. Well, Keontae George in that last play drove to the basket. Now he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Keontae should be really good. Most of the season, he's been very good. I think he's still 90% from the free throw line this season. He hits the first one and should probably make the second one. I'd be shocked if he didn't make it. And Keontae makes the second. Looks like it's another turnover by the Nets. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. There we go. Brooklyn Nets with a turnover. Oof. And again, Svi Mihailuk is the one that caused that because of his kind of full court press. Keontae George. Oh, it's a block there by Noah Clowney. Noah Clowney playing really well in this game. It's a three by Terrence Mann. It's a miss. Oh, but then it's a monster dunk as the Jazz don't defend that rim well. And Nick Claxton. Now the Jazz turn it over. Ugh. What are they doing? Come on, guys. Is Claxton going to the line? This is crazy. Yeah, Claxton's going to go to the line. No, sorry. Clowney goes to the line to shoot one, and it's still going to be Brooklyn ball. They're still up by two. Bad defending there from the Jazz. That time is Lowry falling asleep. Maybe that's another reason why he's minus 11 on the box score. Sorry, is in terms of plus minus. All right, Keontae George now has the ball. Terrence Mann is on him. Passes to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey there back to Keontae. Key, major key alert. He drives to the basket. Yeah, and it just rolls in, which is nice. Jazz now down by 6. It definitely beats being down by like 12. So the Jazz are in a comfortable position. No, I can't even, scratch that. They are not in a comfortable position because a comfortable position is called beating the Brooklyn Nets by like 20. That's a comfortable position. And right now, the Jazz aren't there yet. Brooklyn Nets do call a timeout, though. And it's understandable. The lead that they had, it's gradually getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Which is good because that's what I expect. That's what I expect the Jazz to do. Okay. Now that we're in a break, let's look at some of the stats before we go into another conversation. One thing that I haven't talked about that I have on my list here to talk about today is about the Brooklyn Nets and how their development is going for their team. So, as we all know, like stats wise, this is what it looks like. Like both teams shooting like pretty similar field goal percentages. 3-point percentage. The Jazz are actually doing pretty good on the 3-point side, but they've only taken 12 threes, which is crazy because I've been asking them to take less threes and to drive, and like now they decide to do it to one of the worst teams in the league. Maddening. This is how I know like this game is kind of sus. It's kind of sus, not gonna lie. Like that tells me everything. This game is kind of sus. Jazz still getting a lot of assists. 7 turnovers. I mean, turnovers are down at least. Like we're in the thick of the third quarter, and we've only got 7 turnovers, which is great. It looks like there's a challenge there, but it. All right, who gets fouled? Looked like there was a challenge. Brooklyn got the challenge there, probably because of that hand from Svi Mykhailiuk. It's going to be interesting. All right, let me zoom out of this. I got to talk about the Nets development later on when the game is on like a longer break. All right, Noah Clowney's going to go to the line to shoot 2. He shoots. What are we doing? Like, guys, like, can't you sort yourself out on the inbound pass? Like, find someone to pass it to. Like, what are we doing? All right, Key brings up the ball. Great that he got past halfway line. It's another 3 by the Jazz. And that's Svi Mykhailiuk that time. He puts the Jazz within touch and distance. They're now down by 5, which is great. And obviously that's a 3 there, so you know what that means. A little bit of cheering there goes to Svi Mykhailiuk. Terrence Mann there sets it up for the Jazz. Ace Bailey there really needs to learn how to defend on that perimeter. He's got the length, but lands in, jumps into the landing zone of I think that's what Terrence Mann. Nets make the first free throw. They're busy superimposing on Svi Mykhailiuk, talking about how good he's been. And he's been really good in the game. I will give him that. Solid defensively all around. When you need him to knock down a shot, he knocks it down. Who's coming into this game? It can't be who I think it is, because I'm sure. I think it's Taylor Hendricks, probably. But we haven't seen Taylor Hendricks in a while. Oh no, I think that's Cody Williams. I think the Jazz are looking to lose this game. Cody Williams there, swing to the corner. It's a 3 by the Jazz, and it's the Jazz need a 3. Oh, and it's a foul. Keontae George is going to go to the line for the 4-point. This is great. That's a really good play there by the Jazz and Keontae George. Really good play. And he should knock this one down. Come on now. He shoots. Oh, makes it. Nice one. He sent some cheering towards his way. That was great. That was a great 4-point conversion. Jazz are now within 4. It's a drive there. It's going to be a corner 3. It's a miss. Filipowski gets the rebound. Keontae George there. Oh, wow. Filipowski there gets the 2 and then gets to get the foul. He's going to go to the line. That is nice. Filipowski there playing really well. Now, I'm not advocating for Filipowski to play the 5, but if we did want him to play the 5, might not be a bad shot. He's a selective 5, as in we need to select the right games where Kyle Filipowski can play the 5. Can I get an amen? Yes, we can. All right. Flip is about to go to the line, play the 5. Flip there does make it and puts the Jazz within 1, which is great because the way how we started off, that the first quarter, we definitely needed to make a comeback. So we got Ben Saraf in the game. We got Baby Filipowski's in the game, aka Danny Wolf. Oh, look at that. Oh, Baby Filipowski gets one over Lowry. And that's who's owning Lowry. It's Flip. Oh, sorry, Baby Flip. Oh, it's a block there. Baby Filipowski brings the ball up the court. Ben Saraf gets it off Wolf. They were on sharp there with a 3, but it's a miss. That's a good miss. Now they've got a lot of length in there. Lowry gets a 2, and he gets a foul. He's going to put the Jazz level, and I think this is the beginning of the end for the Nets. I like that. You got to like that. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game for Lowry because we don't have the protection that we needed. We kind of need him to go up about and do the things that we need him to do rather than what he wants to do. Lowry gets the bucket, and it's the Jazz level. Utah are in the bonus right now, which is fantastic. It's a miss. Isaiah Collier is in the game. Hopefully, he could do better, at least in this side of how the game is gone. Bryce Sensabaugh is in the game as well. I'm expecting a little bit of consistency. Can't just be shooting the 3 ball. Is my internet connection really going to do this to me again? Yes, it is. All right. So it looks like I've lost the connection to the game. Give me 1 sec, and then I'll be back on. Oh, so games on break. All right. Games on break, which would be interesting. So now I guess I can really talk about the Nets. Let me show them a bit of love and talk about the Nets' development. And let's start off with who the Nets have kind of been drafted. Give me a sec. Give me 1 sec. All right. So this is the Nets. So if you don't know, this is my Power BI dashboard. This is what I use to and I'll be doing a lot more of these throughout the season and as things go on, where I'll just have videos on this. But I want to talk about the Nets' development because I think it's pretty interesting on the players that they've drafted and the players that they've gotten rid of and how things look like. So they've had Cam Thomas, Killian Hayes, who's no longer there, Zaire Williams, Keon Johnson, no longer there, Noah Clowney, Dariq Whitehead, I think he just got released. Drake Powell, who just got drafted, he's supposed to be pretty good. Drake Powell, super athlete. Ben Saraf, Cam Thomas, who's still there playing pretty well, but is allergic to playing defense. Danny Wolf, baby Filipowski, Aaron Sharp, they're looking good. Again, that's him there. I need to probably sort that out. Do not mind that one. Zaire Williams, again, old Zaire Williams. Yeah, Maxwell Lewis there, not there anymore. EJ Liddell, not there anymore. Kessler Edwards, not there anymore. Jalen Wilson there, we've seen him. Tyrese Martin, we've seen him. And Reggie Perry there, not there anymore. When you look at how all of these players are and where they are in the grand scheme of things, in terms of their development, how are the Brooklyn Nets doing? Not great. Yeah, let's be really honest. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 players. And honestly, the ones that I would say that I think provide a good level of value, as much as I criticize him, Cam Thomas, guy's a beast. Certifiable bucket getting beast. But allergic to playing defense. I do like Noah Clowney. I think that there's a player there. Really like what he has. Even in this game, he's got 19 points so far. He's been a problem. And he could play both the 4 and the 5. He's someone that if you're a team right now and you're looking for, a young center, that's athletic and has got a good shot on him, he's someone that you go after. I say, why not? Yeah, Jaden Wilson then is okay. He doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but I can't really talk about him that much. But the ones that I would say that yes, they're the ones that you want. Cam Thomas, Noah Clowney. I do like Ben Surratt, but I think it's a bit too early to call. So for me, there's probably only two, maybe Tyrese Martin as well. But in terms of ones that I think that could be something that's already got significant experience, it's really only Cam Thomas and Noah Clowney, third-year player. Yeah. So I think that they got a lot of work that they have to do. Still lots of potential. So for them, there's going to be a lot of losing. And there's another 3 by Danny Wolf. Speaking of the devil himself, let me I gotta put a 3 out for him. But the Nets are a team in constant flux, and when you look at the players there that they've drafted over the years, I might maybe we shouldn't be surprised. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised at all. Now that the game is back on, we're back into the game. Jazz is kind of the lead has been reduced slightly. Jazz are down by 3. We were on a good level, but Danny Wolf came in. He's been a bucket getting machine. I have to do a separate video on him afterwards, after the stream is over. I've been quite impressed by Danny Wolf. When Nick Claxton drains his bucket, why are we still losing this game? Like, now I'm getting frustrated. Like, there's no way the Jazz should be losing this game. It's a turnover by the Jazz. This time, Bryce Sensabaugh. I mean, Nets are circulating the ball pretty well, but this is ridiculous now. Guys, there he's going for a step back 3. Look, baby Filipowski out here just like I know we don't have a 5, but come on. You got to find a way. It cannot be the Larry Marketing, Filipowski, Keontae George show. Kyle Anderson, sweet lord, like what is he doing? All right, they run sharp there as a free throw, and he makes the first one. Like the Jazz are playing around too much, and now it's actually quite bothering me. This is crazy. The Jazz are making so much stupid mistakes. Like, guys, like think. I could did you like I just watched Will Hardy just do this. Like, bro, like what are you guys doing? Like, no. What are we doing? Like, how do you go up and beat the Rockets and you're out here losing to the Nets? Oh, hold on. That wasn't even Keontae. I thought it was Keontae. It's Cody. No wonder Will Hardy was just like not even not even thinking. Claxton coming back into the game. Why are we down by 6? All right, baby Filipowski there to Clowney. Clowney there to Donnie Wolf. All right. Clowney there, he's gonna hit a free. He misses. Just poor defending from the Jazz. Like we're just not doing the good things. Like we're not doing the things we need to do in order to win this game. Like it's just really poor. Now I got internet issues again. Like, come on. Like, what are we? This is just not. It has not been a good game. Like, we have to beat the Nets. Like, you can't go and beat the Rockets and then talk about you're going to lose to the Brooklyn Nets. It's like, what's the point? And the Jazz are now down by 8. Like, Brooklyn Nets fans must be loving this. I know it's been a hard season for them. Oh wow. It's a block by Isaiah Collier. No, on Isaiah Collier. Oh, it's a steal by Isaiah. Isaiah, please. He gets the 2. That's nice. It's a foul. Got what I already see my trade pieces. Kyle Anderson. Oh my god. No, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it out loud. What is Cody doing, man? What is Cody doing? Sweet Lord. Noah Clowney hits another free throw, Noah Clowney. And Jalen Wilson's going to pick up Isaiah full court. Just Bryce, like, set a screen and get, like, move around. Like, get some space going. Isaiah, please. What? What the hell? Like now, like honestly, right now, the Nets are just taking liberties. Like they're just like they see blood and they're going for the kill. That's what's going on right now. Baby Filipowski gets a layup with a great spin move there. Danny Wolf. I'm impressed, but I'm also not impressed by my Utah Jazz right now. I do not like what I see. Let me make this absolutely clear. I do not like what I see. What are we doing? 15 seconds to go. Where is the space? Kyle Anderson gets fouled. He's going to go to the line and shoot too. I mean, he's not really that good. Free throws. All right. Nets are now up to by 10. We got 10 seconds left. The one thing that I've been learning from this game is how thin we are in terms of depth. I see a situation whereby we are literally an injury away from having a crisis. Now, I always knew it in terms of Lowry, like if Lowry gets injured, you're like, we're kind of in trouble. That means we're going to lose a lot of games. Ace would replace Lowry, and then you probably would need Cody to be back up. But that would be bad. But this isn't good. This isn't good at all. Like we just do not have enough. And I know somebody's going to be out there saying, "But what about the draft pick? Like this is where the draft pick comes in." Like yes, yeah, like a draft pick could help, resolve some of it. I completely agree. But like no, I do not want to. Like I hate the fact that sports in North America are about tanking and all this like stupidness. But yeah, this team needs a lot of work. More than just about the stars. It's about we need to get some guys being at an NBA level. Like my TV, my Xbox is struggling to stream the game right now, and it's got it frozen. And you have Isaiah Collier in the paint along with Lowry trying to get a rebound. Cody Williams is one of the longest guys there. He's down there way out behind Claxton. Bearing in mind, he's not even in the position to get a rebound. And I'm just like, what? What? What are we doing? Now, everything is frustrating me. End of the third, we're down by 9. When, as far as I'm concerned, like, yes, we've got injuries, but we shouldn't be down. Like, we just shouldn't. Like, the guys are not showing up. Like, that's really what this is. And I know people are going to be like, well, it's the Brooklyn Nets. I don't care. You got like this was a time where we go up and do what we needed to do, and then we kind of take our foot off the gas in the fourth quarter. We go up and down, we play Cody and we play Taylor, and they get some healthy minutes. But that's not going to happen. It's going to be squeaky time all the way until the end. We can't just go up and let the Brooklyn Nets do what they want to do. I gotta restart this game as well, because again, this can't be me. Now, fourth quarter started. At least Jazz get a bucket courtesy of Kyle Anderson. But that third quarter should have been that way. It just really shouldn't. Jazz starting off well. Like, this is what I mean, right? Like look at this, and I'll put the scores back in a sec. Jazz level again here, level. But the problem with the Jazz is this same first quarter that I was so annoyed about is coming to bite us in the proverbial backside, because we didn't do what we needed to do. And again, it's another game where, like, now we have to go in this fourth quarter. Like, we've got to blitz them. We've got to blitz them. Like, I'm not, like, this kind of, like, no. We have to win this game. We just have to win this game. Like, I don't care what anybody says. We have to win this game. Jalen Wilson at the line just made his first free throw. Supposedly Terrence Mann is back on the court right now. He looks pretty, like, healthy, at least from the last time that he went out the game. Jalen Wilson misses his. Oh my God. Jalen Wilson misses his rebound, and Kyle Anderson attempts to get it and knocks it out, and it's going to be Brooklyn Nets ball, and they have a chance to increase the lead by another 2 points and potentially even get to the line. It's like, no. Will Hardy must be so annoyed. Like, this is why Ace Bailey's come back into the game. All right, inbound pass goes to Claxton. It's a three by the Nets. It's a miss. Come on, Walter. Walt Lake City, that's what we need. Do not shoot a three, please. All right. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. Slow-mo with a hook shot. He does something right. Puts the Jazz within 4, utter lead. 5 for a takeover. And it's a miss by the Nets. Oh, that's a bad pass right there. Svi Mykhailiuk there. Oh, it's got Jazz struggling there on the rebound. And the Nets get the rebound. They're going for a corner three. It's going to be Tyrese Martin. It's a miss. Guys, can we sort the rebounds out, please? They blow the whistle. Like, they call a travel. Who do they call a travel on? Who do they call a travel on? Oh, they call a travel on Tyrese Martin because of the trap. Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. At least they do something constructive, the referees. It's going to be Utah ball. Ball goes out off of Walter Clayton Jr. And just as I was about to do something, like, my internet decides to freeze up. You know what? I might actually have to go and watch this game on the computer, because this is starting to annoy me a little bit. Because every now and again now, I then have to reset things. But the Jazz, at least from my TV screen, are now within 2, which is good. It's good. You know, they finally decide to listen to me. The Jazz are within 4 now because they let I can't even remember. Like, there's too many black guys with dreadlocks on this on the Nets. Like, I get very, very confused. All right, you got Lowry there with a hook shot. He misses. Lowry there gets another one, another miss. Slow-mo there gets it in. And Brooklyn, Kyle Anderson really showing what his value is. His value is being in that paint and getting them hooks. Those Cologne Kareem, like it's another bucket by the Nets. And Walter Clayton there tries to drive and a little bit of foul baiting by himself, and he goes up and gets the ball. He's going to go to the line. Shame he didn't get it in. That 3-point conversion would have been nice. All right. We got Flip. Looks like, is Filipowski coming back? Larry's going to take a rest. You know, he's playing a bit of 5 there. Oh, it's happening again. You know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I have to watch it on my computer now. I think this is where it has to be done. Yeah, I have to watch this game on my computer because what I see right now, like this is going to annoy me. Okay. All right. I damn near have to turn the volume all the way down. That means I can't listen to anything. You know what? Let me put this right here. Oh, it's a 3 by the Nets. Jazz get the rebound. Jazz are finally in the lead. That's how much I missed. That's how much I missed. And now, because I'm watching it on my computer, it's actually ahead. I think this is the first time it's ahead. So I'm ahead of you guys right now, and it's 98 to 97 in favor of the Jazz. Oh, except now the Brooklyn Nets are at the line. Oh, wow. It must be me. It must be, yeah, the internet must just be really bad today. I know I paid the bill. I know I paid the bill. I always pay my bills most of the time. Sometimes I'm late, but that's fine. Oh wow. Yeah, this is very strange. Yeah. I'm still having internet issues. Crazy. At least it's easier to refresh here when it's, but it looks like game is on break, which is good. But we have, oh, it's 98-98. The one thing I like about this, right, is that this is what it looks like. That level of dominance. 17 to 8. We need 18 and 8. The Jazz need to finish this game with like 35 points, and the Brooklyn Nets need to be on like 20, 22. That's how this game needs to finish. I'm still getting internet issues. Crazy. I see there's one person in the chat or somebody that's watching. Yeah, do leave your comment below. What do you think about the game so far? Like, curious to see at least what you think. Yeah, this is better. Okay. What are they doing? This is the type they got a bunch of girls right there throwing a bunch of t-shirts in the crowd, and I'm just like, bro, I don't care. Let's get to the ball. I have to post that because I don't care about any of that stuff. I hate these damn NBA commercials. I must sound like a miserable, absolute old fart. But I can't stand I cannot stand these NBA commercials. Like just hurry up and start the game. Like I'm here to watch ball. Like I don't care how many t-shirts are being thrown to Brooklyn Nets fans. You put this on live now. Are they back? Oh, at least now they're showing highlights. They're back. They're kind of back. Woo! I'll take that. Okay. Kyle Anderson is back on the bench. Even though he started out a bit rough, I gotta say that he will be missed. Ugh. Okay. Danny Wolf there, baby Filipowski actually setting things up pretty nicely. Keontae George with a three. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Where? Oh, I gotta get my chair in. You know what? I wish I could do a stream like this. I'm like super relaxed right now. I got my computer chair like stretched out. I got my you can't see it, but like I got my legs are right here. This is great. So Clayton is having Will Hardy go up and try to challenge this. No, let's see it. I gotta see it because I didn't see anything about what happened there. What is being coaches challenge out of bounds call clear and concise if visual evidence is necessary. Yeah, well, I mean, the ball doesn't come off. Like you can see that it came off Clowney. So if that's what they're debating, then it's quite clear that it's gonna be Jazz ball. Looks like looks like the Jazz won that one. Yep. So Utah won that one. What is going on? Oh, you know what? I have to change the battery in my camera. Forgot about that. I'll be right back. All right. All right. Game is back. As you can see, I'm not stretching out anymore. In another 6 minutes, when this game is over, I'll be able to stretch out. Jazz are up 101 to 98. It's a three by Bryce, and it's nothing but air on that one. What the hell are we doing? We have to win this game. It's a game we have to win, man. I'm not going to lose to the Brooklyn Nets. Come on. There we go. Keontae George right there doing what he needs to do, Keontae. All right. Lowry there. Jazz up by 3 right now. Great pass there by Keontae George. That's another miss. Sensabaugh there. I don't know what he's doing. What is up? I don't know what is going wrong with my internet connection. Like, it is never. This is the first time that it's been this bad where, like, I've actually had to watch the game on my laptop. All right, Bryce missed. How Bryce missed the first one, dude. All right, he gets the second one, Bryce. Like, guys, like, let's stop playing around. Let's put these guys away. All right. Guy's about to take next one, final one. He makes it. Jazz are up by 5 right now, which is great. This is tied with their largest lead of the game, and they haven't had this lead since the first quarter. All right, Ben Saraf has the ball, passes to Clowney. Filipowski is on Clowney, though. He's driving. He's going to the basket. He passes it out. It's a, ooh, is it a travel? Travel by Zion Williams, I think. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Turnover. Oh, Brooklyn's going to challenge. Brooklyn can do something. Okay. They could challenge it. Challenge. Oh, no, they don't. I thought it was going to be challenge. All right. Keontae's got the ball now. He's looking to see who's going to set it up. Filipowski with a 3. Filipowski with a 3, baby. That is what we do. One of the baddest white boys that the NBA has seen, Kyle Filipowski. Danny Wolf has nothing on him, guys. You got to watch out. Watch out for Ben Saraf. Great defense there by Ace Bailey on Noah Clowney. Did his best to try to not foul him. That is one thing you don't want. Do not want Noah Clowney getting to the line. Noah Clowney's actually been really good at getting to the line all throughout this game. All right, Keontae George right there. Lowry marking him with a 3. Lowry drains a 3. Oh, wow. Lowry marketing drains a 3. Okay, that was great. Jazz are now up by 9, which is their highest lead they've had this game. All right, Danny Wolf. Danny boy. All right, Keontae George trying to help with the defense there. But Danny Wolf there just a little bit too quick for his compatriot, Kyle Filipowski. And Danny Wolf is going to go to the line to shoot too. I had to rewind this. I had some internet issues there, so maybe I'm a little bit behind. Oh, hold on. Maybe I could go live. All right. All right. Danny Wolf there. He makes that bucket. 7. All right. Jazz are up by 7, but now that lead increases back up to 9 because of a layup there by Keyonte George. Keyonte George willing us throughout this game. It's so funny they're seeing Ace Bailey there trying to defend and not trying to land in the landing zone as well. Like he's trying his real best not to land in the opponent's landing zone. That should be a foul. Walter Clayton there getting the rebound after the Keyonte George miss. Screen has to be set by Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey creating space. It's a 3 by Walt. Nets get the ball back. Danny Wolf there to the corner. Great defense, guys. Just hang on. We got 2 minutes left. Just hang on. All right. Jazz haven't scored in the last couple of possessions. It's 114 to 107. Jazz have got a lead of 7. They could make this to 9. Guys, do not shoot a 3. Just get to the basket. Drive. Lowry there, top of the key 3. He makes it. Top of the key 3. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Jazz up by 10. We got to stop. Danny Wolf finally misses with a 3. Baby Filipowski misses a 3. And Filipowski gets the rebound. The real Filipowski. All right. Lowry tries to drive to the basket for a drive and dunk. Gets fouled and misses the dunk. So he's going to go to the line to shoot. Yeah. I think the game is over. I was panicking, and I know that somebody's going to go back and watch this game and probably be like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, why is he panicking? It's the Brooklyn Nets. Like, what's he doing? But like, I do not want to like there's losses that I can take. Like I can take losing to the Knicks because it's the Knicks. Like I think that they're a really good team, and yeah, they've got some injuries, but I think that they're a really good side, and I think that they're better than the Jazz. But like the Brooklyn Nets, no, especially when they have injuries. So the Jazz are up by 11 right now. We got 90 seconds to go, a minute and a half. And the Jazz are about to get another win. And the Jazz are going to take this record to 8 out of 13, 8 wins, 13 losses. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that want the Jazz to lose as many games as they can so that they can tank. I can honestly say I hate all of you. I do not want my Utah Jazz to lose. I do not care about the draft pick. I genuinely don't. I would rather spend the year of developing these guys and making these guys better. I want to see Walter Clayton Jr. to be a better player. I want to see Keyonte George to be a better player, which we've seen. Kyle Filipowski shown that he can do more. I cannot wait to see all of the numbers and stats afterwards because I've hardly even looked at it during this game. I've just been talking and running my mouth all along. But like what we've seen is that the Jazz have got some key guys key guys in their team right now who we can go and actually do some things with. And yes, they need some additional pieces that I can honestly say, like, the draft would help massively. You know, drafting the right players would help massively. Let me make that clear. But some really good pieces there. Walter Clayton Jr. looks great. I do like Isaiah, but Isaiah has some games where like he's a bit up and down, and I think after a while he gets too caught up with not shooting, and I'm just like, dude, shoot. Walter Clayton Jr. there getting a nice layup on that one, and we're approaching the last 30 seconds of this game, which is great. Ben Saraf there with a three. He drains a three. I'll send some cheering his way because you know what? The Israeli international Ben Saraf had a pretty good game. Did show me that hey, he can play defense really well. Like it's a really good point guard from what I see. It's a shame he plays for the Nets because then he would have more of a chance to do more and show more. The Jazz are going to get the win. They let the clock run down for the last 4 seconds of the game. Brooklyn are going to get the ball back. And you would think that Brooklyn are going to do the right thing and just let the time run out for that last 4.7 seconds. Yeah, they do. Ben Saraf has the ball, and they just let it kind of run out. Jordi Fernandez and Will Hardy give a little daps there. And that is the end of that. Did you hear that? 59 points between Keontae George and Larry Marketing. That's really good. 59 points between those guys. That's what I love. Like we got something with them too. Now, listen, we need more. Like they can't just be the only things that we have, but we genuinely have something there. So let's see what Lauren Green, who she's gonna interview. I'm sure she's gonna find someone to go and interview. Keontae George is speaking to Lauren Green. Keontae George admitting some of the things that I was talking about in that they just did not look themselves. Like they just didn't want it. The energy wasn't there. They wasn't being physical, particularly in the first quarter. And he said, like, even for the 3 quarters, like they just wasn't there. He just admitted that they weren't playing well, but he still felt that they were in the game. Which, like, yes, it was true. But you know what? Anything could happen in the NBA, which is why I was worried. Like, I was genuinely worried. But I was wrong. I guess Wandering Wizard was right. He was like, no problem, mate. Like, we're gonna win it. I was just like, in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, of course you're right. But like, that we saw the way how the game went. You know. He then goes on to say, he talked about the energy that they had, as in starting five had the energy from the bench. hard work, shots were flying, were not being knocked down, and that's how they won the game. He then goes on to say, hold on, what did she say? How important is it to pick up these wins on the road? I think it's super important. I'm not gonna lie. Really important. The Jazz suck at getting wins on the road. They're not great. You can tell that like there's a part of their spirit that just don't like it. Just don't like it. They just talked about the duo between Larry Market and Keontae George. That is something I have to say I really like. The 59 points between those two. I think it's fantastic. Like the Jazz have really found something there. And I think the reason why it works is that Lowry is someone who's a really good shooter. Like all he needs someone to do is to feed him. And Keontae George is now become good enough at creating chances for other people, whereby he can do that for Lowry Marketing. So he can help create for him. Also, Larry Markkinen is always being targeted by other teams because everybody know he's our best player. So they just naturally go and target him. But in response, that means that Keontae George steps up. So then Keontae just takes over the mantle and say, "Oh, you having difficulties with this? Give me the baton. I'm going to go and run it down and go and get the dub." And I think that's why those two, it's a nice ebb and flow between those two. And I'm loving that. And I'm sure that's what he's about to go and explain right now. Confidence from the group. He's the head of the snake. That is openly admitted. Uplift him. Wow. This is fantastic. Okay. Let's do some player ratings. Let's get this over and done with in terms of player ratings. And then I can go and kind of watch this press conference and then just hang out and do my own thing. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to share this tab instead. Okay. So we got this is what the Jazz look like right now. This is why this is really good because in the first quarter, if you go back and watch the stream, this was awful. Most of these guys were in the negatives. At the end of this first half, after the end of two quarters, all of these guys were in the negatives. All of them. You had Taylor Hendricks, who's on a -10. He finishes on a -10. Cody Williams there with a -1. Like, it's completely understandable why he's not getting in this game. And trust me, at some point, we're going to have a serious Cody Williams talk. It just won't be here today. But let's start off with the man that we all know, Larry Markkinen. We just finished talking about him with Keontae George. Larry Markkinen was amazing in this game. Started out a bit rough. Like the Brooklyn Nets played really well to make it difficult for the Jazz. And they obviously targeted Larry, tried to make it difficult for him. But is the old saying that the cream always rises to the top, and Larry Markkinen did that, and he rose to the top with 30 points in today's game, and pretty efficient overall, like over 50% from the fields, what 40% from three, made all his free throws, had 8 rebounds as well. Just a really good performance from Lauri Markkanen today. Like, oh, and then he only had 1 turnover. Like, turnovers are like down. Like, that's fantastic. So for me, I got to give Lauri Markkanen a 9. It was just a really good, brilliant performance from him. Kyle Filipowski, I'm going to give him a solid 8. I thought he had a really good game, did exactly what he needed to do. Like, sometimes he was coming into play the 4, but most of the time he was really playing the 5 to try to deal with Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton. And I thought he did a pretty good job. Now, obviously, those two aren't the best centers in the league, and both of them are kind of like him in that they both play the 4 and the 5. So he's going up against guys that are similar to him. And I thought he did pretty well with that. And the eye test confirm a lot of that. 15 points in 31 minutes. I like to see that with Kyle. Not even just with Kyle, but just genuinely with players. When players get the amount of points, half of the amount of minutes that they played, and then get some other things as well. He got 8 rebounds and 5 assists, only had 1 turnover and 2 steals. Like, no blocks though, but like, just a really good all-around performance from Kyle Filipowski. Because this has been a season whereby it's all been about Lauri Markkanen. Like, it's quite clear about that. And even the interview that Keyonte George has had, like, was all about Lauri Markkanen. He even said Lauri is the head of the snake. That is clearly proven. Lauri's the head of the snake, and everything is about let's get Lauri sorted out and fixed. And I can completely understand that. And I think he played well within that system. Svi Mykhailiuk, he might have only just had 10 points in. Oh, and Filipowski gets an 8.5. So Svi Mykhailiuk, 10 points in that 25 minutes. Even though you might look at this and be like, oh, yeah, like, points aren't great. Svi Mykhailiuk was so good. Very, very good in this game. Did all the things that everybody else didn't want to do. Defended most of the time really, really well. Took shots whenever he needed. And he was part of what I would call the cleanup crew. He did what needed to be done, but was still offensively viable for the Jazz. And that's why you got to love Svi Mykhailiuk. I'm also going to give Svi Mykhailiuk a really good performance from him overall in this game. Keyonte George, first of all, I'm going to give him an 8.5. I thought Keyonte George was brilliant in this game. And literally, the only reason why I'm not giving Keyonte George a 9 really just comes down to fine margins. I just felt that Lauri Markkanen was just a little bit better. He was a little bit more of a threat, a little bit more of a, what are you going to do about me in this game? That's how I believe it was set up for Keyonte George in this game, whereby Lauri was the main threat. Lauri really dealt with it. Keyonte George definitely took him some time, but he did manage to get it. But I'm going to give him an 8.5 for what he went out there and did today. Really impressed by his performance. Ace Bailey, again, another good performance as well. Did the things that needed to be done. Wasn't really required to do a lot on the offensive side, but the game called for him to go out there, rebound, block, play good defense, and that's exactly what he went out there and did. And I'm going to give Ace Bailey, I can't give him an 8. I'm going to give him a 7.5 just because of the performance from Kyle Filipowski and Svi Mykhailiuk. I have to be fair, but I really love the performance from Ace Bailey. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. Kyle Anderson, Mr. Slow-Mo. Very frustrating at times throughout this game. I have to say that. However, Kyle Anderson was one of the main reasons why we managed to come back in this game. His defense, the hook shots, his ability to draw fouls. This was one of the reasons why the Jazz were in this game. I also will give him a 7.5 throughout this game. 8 points in 17 minutes. 5 rebounds. He was 60% from the field, only 1 turnover, 4 steals, which is fantastic, and 1 block. Good performance from him. Wasn't always like that throughout the game, but overall was the driving force for the Jazz turnaround. That's why he gets 7.5 from me. Can't talk about Cody and can't talk about Taylor Hendricks because they played under 10 minutes. I will say this though, that there's a reason why they played under 10 minutes is because they're just it's just a no. Like no. I'll talk about it another time, but for me, like there's a reason why they get under 10 minutes. Just yeah. Bryce Sensabaugh again had a very up and down game for Bryce. Played 20 minutes. Um, just wasn't consistent enough for me, Bryce. Like this was supposed to be a season where I was like, it's between him and Keontae for that starting two guard position, and for me, Keontae's won it. I, I don't like. He doesn't look. He probably looks like a backup. Like that's where I think Bryce is. I think he has moments in the game in games whereby he's good at shooting the three ball. But when it's not going for him, sometimes he's not doing much else. But I think that there's a lot of effort there. You could see a lot of trying with him on the defensive side. And I think I can appreciate that. So for me, I'm going to give him a 7. I don't think he was on the same level as an Ace Bailey or a Svi Mihailuk. Sorry, as a Kyle Anderson. But I really liked what he was able to give. So I'm going to give him a 7. Isaiah Collier there, I did not like. I think this is one of Isaiah Collier's bad games. Um, I'm going to give him a 6. Uh, I do not like what I just. I felt he should have just been better all around. Driving to the basket, not deciding to take floaters. Like I get it, shooting is your weakness, but it feels now that you're like avoiding it, and that's my problem. And the fact that yeah, I just looking at the game, I'm just like, nah, I don't like what he was given throughout this. So for me, I'll give him a 6. Walter Clayton Jr., I felt that this was a very good game from him. I'm going to give Walt. How did he play? Was he as good as Svi Mihailuk in this game? Yeah, I'll give Walter Clayton Jr. an 8. I think that that's fair. Walt Jr. He gets an 8 for me. Offensively good. Like lost the ball, I think once, got it back. Like really good all round play from Walter Clayton Jr. Really like what he's given. It's glad that he's getting some minutes back now. Like I know earlier on the defensive side with him was definitely a little on the shaky side, but the kind of nonchalant, I guess, approach was annoying. But he's all clued in now. He's all clued in, and yeah, I think he's going to continue getting minutes, and I think he'll be part of the Jazz's starting five for me. I think unless the Jazz just get another prospect that's just like wow, but I see it there for Walter Clayton. So for me, he gets an 8. Can't talk about Oscar Tshiebwe because he didn't start. And then I need to talk about some honorable mentions on the Brooklyn Nets side. I got to talk about Noah Clowney. I felt he was great. 29 points from Noah Clowney. Really good performance from him. I got to give him an 8.5 there, Noah Clowney. He was the best player for the Brooklyn Nets. Really like what he gives. He's got great size and shoots free throws. I think he even scored a 3 as well. He scored 3 threes out of 6. So he's 50% from 3. That's like really, really good. Rebounded well, blocked well, like just a really good all round 4/5. Like I really like him. Like I hope one day the Jazz could get him for a good price. Or maybe the Jazz got a few couple tradable assets that they could go up and do a bit of like wheeling dealing. You know what I mean? So I think that definitely the Jazz might be able to do something there. But yeah, you never know, never know. But I did like Noah Clowney overall. So I'm going to give him. Did I give him an 8.5? Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think he was the best player there for the Brooklyn Nets. Nick Claxton, I thought he was good as well, but I'd probably give him more like a 7.5. Nick Claxton, I thought he was good, but yeah, I definitely think that there was a gap there between Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton. Um, the other player that I really liked was Danny Wolf. Oh my God, Danny Wolf, aka Baby Filipowski. really good player. Like, he rebounds, he shoots, he passes, mid range. He's got the spin move that he has. Just like, he's just a really, really, really good all round 4-5 guy. Really good. Like, I could tell you the Brooklyn Nets have something there. If they start pairing Danny Wolf with Noah Clowney at the Clowney playing the 5 and then Wolf playing the 4, woof! That would actually be really good for the Brooklyn Nets. That'd be a really good 4-5 for the Brooklyn Nets. I will say that. I'd really like that, to see that combination. And then the Brooklyn Nets would just need to kind of work on who's going to play one to three. Like, what does that look like? Kind of get the balance right, especially if they're going to keep Cam Thomas. Well, that depends whether he chooses to sign. I think he's going to be a restricted free agent at the end of the season, or unrestricted. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, and then I also have Ben Saraf as well. I probably would no. Well, first of all, Danny Wolf. I'll give Danny Wolf an 8. I thought he was pretty solid. And then Ben Saraf, I'll give a 7.5. Uh, mm, uh, yeah, I'll give Ben Saraf a 7.5. Really liked his hustle play. Ben Saraf didn't play as much as I thought that he would, but I thought that he did the right things for the team, and he showed that he's exactly the type of player that I thought he was, and that if the Jazz didn't get Walter Clayton, he was the guy that I wanted, and I think he would have did a fine job. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, and me showing a little bit of love for the Brooklyn Nets there. But as you all know, with all of those ratings, that means that Lowry gets a 9 and he gets my player of the game. And I think he was fantastic. So the Jazz have another game there tomorrow, which will be against the New York Knicks. I've already got the link for the stream for that. So do join me on that. And yeah, I guess I will see you there next time, tomorrow evening, to watch Jazz versus some Knicks. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Jazz. Let's see what you can do. But I'll see you all tomorrow. And yeah, have a good evening.